AMC is at an all-time high with 183 million produced. Among many other topics, we also discuss issues facing short sellers. Let's examine this first. AMC appears to be stronger than ever, with its strongest financial results since 2015. The $349 million that SLO's AMC was postponed until 2030. A lot of popcorn is selling nicely at Walmart. Target and Costco's membership boom is pushing these sub-memberships to record highs, increasing dead revenue and attendance, short squeeze potential, even though we are seeing high short interest. I want to go into more detail about this because we have already discussed how hedge funds and brokers have clearly registered short positions as long sales. But we have also seen that short offshore shorts are not required to be reported. Keep in mind, that's still the very minimum of what this illustrates how well AMC is performing. We'll be able to improve the $1.5 billion that have been invested in the upcoming blockbusters to make sure we don't go bankrupt as you guys are attempting to do with this theater. First, we are aware of the debt, which has always been a topic of discussion. AMC recently made $183 million, but it's crucial to realize that this lowers the annual interest payment we must make, freeing up further funds for retail popcorn investments. The short squeeze potential has already been covered, but you can see that AMC is performing well. In relation to AMC membership, you can see that we have returned with a free orange lava explosion IC for the more than 1 million US members of AMC Investor Connect. I think everyone in the United States will comprehend. If you have the popcorn comment below, I always see folks who are in favor of it. You are aware of whether you think it's good and whether you would advise others to purchase it. The AMC forward purchase agreement with Goldman Sachs is now complete. Therefore, if you're in the US and a member, feel free to use it. For those who are in the AMC Investor Connect, you can obviously receive a free one. These are the benefits that we discussed, which enable AM to connect with his investors and members. They also help us understand that this is what we have. And again, these are the things that we want to see if we want to see AMC grow further in the future. I want to be absolutely honest about this, so we will talk about this again. 50 million shares were sold for $367 a share, and AMC made $103.8 million from the sale. Completely honest, because we need to actually hear about this. So I think there are good and bad, and I want to make it out too in terms of what I think is obviously good, what I think is bad, so when you take a look at this. And BAOCH summed the RAMZ raise $1883 million, and this is from the sale of 50 million shares, it looks like. Goldman Sachs bought near the bottom, and they didn't hedge the shares to lose money. We rise eventually. Goldman Sachs, though, is inevitable. And so let's talk about the good thing now. The good thing is we've obviously made money. We made $183 million. Now this is good for various amounts of things because firstly, paying off debt. We talked about how debt is obviously very vital to AMC because everyone always talk about that AMC is a bad company of its debt. So if we can clear the debt, it obviously kills any short feces. But again, we already know that isn't the reason for why they're attacking AMC. Then what we also have is the fact that with more cash, we're obviously able to invest in more things. Just remember that. AMC is able to have the financials right now because of the fact that they have money to invest now. Let's talk about the bad thing. The bad thing is the price in which we sold the shares, but again, this is something that we have been expecting. Like I said, the fact we are still able to sell shares, the fact we are able to raise money is very good, but the fact is that the price that we are selling at $367, firstly, we managed to let G-Man get A again. And this is like I said, a good and a bad thing. We let them get a bargain because they've bought these shares. And they're not hedging so because they understand that they've bought one of the potentially the best companies going the next few years for the cheapest amount of price possible. And so you know it's a good thing that people realize how good of an investment AMC is. It's a bad thing that we're letting them getting away with this. Another bad thing is obviously knowing the fact that AMC should be able to sell 50 million shares at an even higher price. If AMC was at $15 per shares, I'm sure they still could have sold 50 million shares, and if AMC were at $15, we would have raised a lot more money. And so that's obviously why I think in terms of this. And this is what we've always talked about, why shorts wants to suppress the price of AMC. Because they realize how much power we have with our share offering. They realize how many people wants to buy AMC shares no matter the price. And so this is why I always say the reason why we're seeing the manipulation of the price is because they understand that. AMC has the ability, and again, if AMC was at you, no $1,520, we could have easily raised over $1 billion from the sales of these shares. But because the shorts are trying to obviously prevent that, that's why they're always suppressing. That's why we're letting people get these AMC shares for cheap, because you can also see here. This is just several hedge funds and other institutional investors have recently modified their holding of the stock now. What you will see is just companies that are buying and buying more of AMC, but this is to be expected, like we said. AMC's fundamentals doing extremely well going to 2025, we know that. AMC is going to have one heck of a year, and it's only going to get bigger. The annual comp, annual growth rate of, the movie industry for AMC is just increasing and increasing. And so people want to make sure they can buy AMC. And it's why we're actually seeing, more and more shares of AMCs being bought. I know it doesn't reflect it in terms of the share price, but we have always known that's how they suppress AMC. That's how they give the sentiment that They want to give the sentiment that people don't want to buy AMC shares that people are selling, so you should sell your AMC shares as well, but we know actually people are buying as always now, this ever financial advice, so do take out to go and sell, make sure do own due diligence and research, but let's take a look at this, and is why I know that short are all in, so you can see. Here, in case you missed it, Citadel did not automatically return revenues to his customers for the first time this year. Although the flagshare Wellington Fund has increased by 15% and altered its payout schedule to retain a larger portion of the capital, it still needs to acquire funds. Hefty was discovered to be values submitted in free volume, according to the link between the talk in plaque and page 17 of a legal move. Shorts are cooperating in this way. Look around. For those of you who have been watching or listening to the channel today, we've been discussing Citadel's financial difficulties. They need to raise capital. Recognize that this is their first year, and understand that they are up 15%, but they still need to keep the money on hand. So why is this? Well, as we've already mentioned, one strategy banks employ to declare profits is to cash out all profitable positions. This allows them to pretend to be making money while, in reality, they're actually losing money. Although their unrealized holdings are losing money, they claim to be gaining money since they are cashing out on realized ones. They need the money to continue holding or expanding these bets. The reason it is down is because they are spending more and more money to suppress it in an attempt to encourage everyone to quit AMC, which is comparable to how we spoke about why short sellers are still present in AMC after we saw it drop this low. They would actually be in a negative P&L if you were to count the unrealized fundamentals, but they always only cover the profit so they can say they are profitable. However, we are aware that won't be the case, and that's how we know the shorts are having financial difficulties. You can see that AMC and GME are being pushed down hard on absolutely no negative news. Could this be because Ken Griffin is actively using his market-making company to push the price down so that the $500 million bond, which is part of the $6.5 billion plus in security and has not yet been purchased, gets a better rate at refining swaps on AMC and GME? What other reason is there for both to be down more than the other securities in the market? Recently, almost every stock has increased. But when you look at AMC, yes, has had a slight recovery. But today, we're down 1.4%. Why is this the case? Why is it that as we approach the year, all equities are currently climbing, but at the same time, AMC is declining while movie and business stock forecasts are rising? The reason we keep seeing this is because they have to repress it, because they are scared of what will happen if they don't. I appreciate you viewing, and I hope to see you again soon.